Hello and welcome back to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. This is the final week of our exploration into Austrian spirits. My wife and I had gone there back in December, and while we were there, I picked up a few spirits from the region, and I wanted to try those and try those with you and try cocktails. So this week it will be a Johan Madeira Cask Rum and do a Bywater cocktail. So stay with me as we explore this rum and this cocktail. Hello and welcome to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. This rum is one that I had found at a place in Graz, Austria, called Dr. Bottle. Dr. Bottle is a place that has a location that was not too far from where we were staying, and I don't know if they have other stores. I think it may just be the one store, but they sell alcohol, some clothes, and some decorative furniture. So on their window it says drink, dress, and deco. So that's their motto. It's a very interesting place. They had a lot of very good alcohols there, and I only grabbed a couple things. So I was specifically looking for a pair of schnapps when I went in there, because we tried a pair of schnapps someplace and it was very good. They didn't have the brand that I wanted to get, but they had something that they said was pretty good. So while I was there, I checked out their rums, and this one they recommended. They have had a couple different versions of it, of this brand, and I got the one that I thought tasted the best. There was another one that when I was talking to them about sugars in rums and things, and they said that this might have some sugar in it. I don't think it's got a lot. There was another one that they said they were pretty sure didn't have any, but but I did get this one just because this was a Madeira cask, and I thought that was something that I would want to have. I was able to try them all while I was there, and this has a very good taste, I know. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a sampling of that here together, and then we'll make the cocktail. So it's kind of a lighter colored rum. I'm not sure how much it's aged. This, as opposed to most of the other spirits that I got, this is one that looks like it's being packaged for shipping out of the country. It's definitely has a lot more information than the other ones that I got, which were from Christmas markets. But it says it's an organic rum, a limited edition from 2024. And let's check it out. Again, it's a lighter colored rum. The rum is sticking to the sides of the tasting glass, so it does have some viscosity. Some fruity smells. The Madeira is a type of wine, I believe. I'm kind of sensing that fruity, maybe grape influence from the casks. Some banana, maybe. A little cinnamon. But definitely the rum odors that are in there. Not a lot of funk, but a little bit. See what it tastes like. very, very good. I do taste like some orange peel in it. Some banana. Some tropical fruitiness. Very, very good. I do like this. I think that it's definitely one that was a good pickup. So this is a 44% alcohol, which is 88 proof here in the United States. Again, I did purchase this at that store in Graz called Dr. Bottle. It does have a little longer finish. I can still taste it on my tongue. There's not a significant burn. Even, as you get that little bit of burn as you after you taste something, and there's maybe just a hint, but not much. So this is a very, very good rum. I think that it's something that you'd enjoy if you can get it. I did see this brand also in the airport as I was leaving. I think it may have also. I did look at the store in the airport in Graz. I don't think that I got to stop at the one in Germany when we flew through there. But definitely I think that it's something that you'd enjoy if you can get a hold of it. Otherwise, if you just get a good aged rum, it's got a little bit more of the fruity taste in it, then it would be equivalent to this. So what I want to do is make this Bywater. Now the Bywater is you're supposed to stir this with crushed ice, and I didn't want to get the crushed ice out, but I just put regular ice cubes in there, and I'll just stir it a little bit longer to make sure it gets that the crushed ice would melt faster and get more water into it. So I'll just stir a little bit longer. So with this, you start with 1.75 ounces of rum, and this recipe is not for this specific rum or this specific type of rum. It's more just for an aged rum. And again, this is a very good tasting rum. Ron Johan means rum, whatever Johan means. So there were 3 different ones in the shop. So that. Now this is supposed to have Amaro Averna, which for 3/4 of an ounce of that would be about 5.1 grams of carbs. Don't have that particular Amaro, so I looked it up to see what a substitute was, and one of the substitutes is Amaro Ramazzotti. And unfortunately, that has a lot more carbs. For 3/4 of an ounce of that, it's like 17 carbs. This probably is sweeter, so I'll probably use a little bit less. But if you go by this recipe and use this instead of the Averna, you're going to get more carbs. Cynar might work also. Cynar is going to be closer to the Averna for sweetness, but that wasn't recommended when I looked up substitutes. Then it's Green Chartreuse. It's hard to find this. I've had this for a while. You don't use it a lot, but there's really no substitute for it. There's only a ½ ounce because it's a very strong taste. ¼ ounce of Falernum. And it looks like I forgot to bring it over here. So just bear with me for a moment while I go get the Falernum. So the Falernum is one that I made myself, and I made a lot of these syrups so that I could use artificial sugars instead of the regular sugar if it had it in it. I don't remember off the top of my head what the recipe was on this, but it was something that took a little bit of effort to make. You can buy Velvet Falernum in a good liquor store, but may have, you'd have to look up the sugars on that, but this is probably not, I don't think that there was much in here with sugar. I think that if there's any sugar, I used artificial sugar. So that's only 1/4 ounce. And the recipe that I used, I found online for this. So the amount that it makes lasts quite a while. Then there's 2 dashes of Peychaud's bitters and 2 dashes of orange bitters. Now with that, it's stirred, and I'll stir it a little bit longer to mix it up since I didn't put crushed ice in here. Or it says cracked ice, so you take a larger ice cube and break it up. But this has smaller ice cubes in it, so it's probably not much different. Some of those things, if I was a fancy bartender, maybe I would have, but I don't really have those. So we'll stir this for a bit. It says 20 seconds. Okay, that's probably longer than 20 seconds. I may cut some of that out just so you don't have to sit there and watch me. And I'll strain that into a cocktail glass or coupe glass. I just had a cocktail glass, but I forgot to pull it out of the freezer, so I'll cut away for a second and be right back. Okay, so I have the chilled glass, and we'll strain this. And that is a Bywater cocktail. Very good. That chartreuse, even though there's only a 1/4 ounce, it is definitely noticeable. But the Amaro is also very prevalent. But this rum has a very good taste to it, and I can taste it even within this drink with those other heavy flavors. So it's a very good drink. You can make the same thing by getting just a good aged rum. But you have to get the chartreuse, green chartreuse. So there's really nothing that can substitute for that. Some other brands, since it's been hard to get this in the last year or so. There are some other companies that are making a substitute for it. But if you can get green chartreuse, definitely grab it. And some kind of an Amaro. I need to get some Averna because it's got lower carbs than this was something I had to have for something, and it's just going to be sitting up there for a while. So, but it has a lot of sugar. So if you use this, you can probably pull it back a little bit to get less sugar. Otherwise, the majority of the sweetness in this comes from the Amaro, whichever one you use, because you're not getting hardly any from the green chartreuse. If you use a velvet Falernum, you'll have to look that up, but the one that I made is going to be very low sugar, and the rum shouldn't really have any. So this one is going to be, unfortunately, the one that I used, the Amaro I used, is 17 carbs, but if you're using the one that's called for in the recipe, you're only going to get less than 6 total, I think, from the whole drink. So, cheers. Give it a try. If you if you like and subscribe and share this with your friends, that would very much help me. But also, give me some comments so that I know whether you like this. Am I droning on too much, talking too much, or do you want me to just get to the point, or whatever? But whatever you let me know will be helpful to me to help me get better videos for everybody. But definitely share this because I want to get this out to as many people as possible. and let more people know about how to make cocktails, and be aware of the amount of carbs in there, but also to be able to do a lot of the ones that I do. I use variations that have lower sugars. So that's something that's very important to many of us, and hopefully you'll be able to find some benefit out of this channel, and that maybe you know some people that would also find it beneficial. So share this, come back next time, and we'll see you again on the next episode. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but have a few ideas, and we'll hopefully you'll all have a great day and a great week ahead. Thank you, and goodbye.